Welcome to MarcusG.tv. I'm Chef Marcus Giuliano. I'm a chef on a mission. Say hi, ladies.
Hi.
Hi.
Nobody's on camera with me today. Jamie's on the camera. And a huge shout out to Talia, who's in the office here.
Hey.
Talia's busy putting new wines in the wine list.
Every day.
Got some awesome new Italian wines and some New York State wines. Got Italian wines that were actually at the vineyard a couple weeks ago. Brought in some more wines from them. As people know that know me, I like to work relationships with the people who we buy from, and we buy from small independents mostly. So there's some small independents that we were supporting that we're actually visiting in Italy. But today's mission is my back, chiropractor, kinesiology. I just wanted to share an experience from my kinesiologist, who is my chiropractor. Chiropractor and kinesiology go hand in hand sometimes. Some chiropractors do acupuncture, so chiropractors can dabble in other things. So I was in massive pain, my back. I was having a back spasm. I was hunched over. It was really bad news, right, girls?
Yes.
Like, I was like, I had nicknames and everything.
Yeah, Hunchback of Notre Dame was my favorite.
I mean, I couldn't walk the last 2 days. I was in massive pain. And this is how simple things can be, people. This is just so simple. If I would have gone to my doctor, a doctor for this, a doctor would have never, ever diagnosed as a medical doctor. I'm not saying ever, but the chances of a traditional trained medical doctor, this wouldn't even probably been in the conversation. So I go to my chiropractor. He does the muscle testing, kinesiology. That's where you hold your hand out and he pushes your hand down and touches different points in your body and figures out, is it your nervous system? Is it your skeletal? Is it your organs? Where's the weakness in your body? So I had only a skeletal weakness. So he went back, touched all down my spine, did the muscle testing, found out which was out, put me down, adjusted me, fixed me up, sat there, rested for a while, and I was still in massive pain. So he had, straightened me out, because I was definitely crooked, left leg shorter than the right leg, straightened me out and everything. I get up to stand, and I'm in pain beyond belief still. I'm like, this hurts. This is like uncomfortable. I'm like, so he goes through and muscle tests me again. And he goes, He goes, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. I got everything covered, but your muscle is still spasming. And I said, yeah, I know. So he has me walk up and down his in his office, and it's just like, wow, this really hurts. I can barely walk. I'm like going like this, walking and walk back and forth. He muscle tests me again. He's baffled. He's looking at me and he's looking and trying to go through, and I can see that I put my hands up. He does a test, pushing my hands down, right down they went. Gives him one look over and he goes, take your shoes off. Took my shoes off, put my hands up again, and he went to push down the presser, and I held strong. And he goes, and I go, do you know what? I feel better already with my shoes off. And he goes, walk. So I walked up and down, and now I was excited to walk. So I'm walking up and down his office. I'm like, okay, I'm not 100%, I'm not 75%, but I'm 50% better right now. He's like, I can see that. I said, I know where he's going with my shoes. I said, I have other shoes in my car. Says they have 800 miles on them, my running shoes, but I got them in my trunk. Let me go get them. So I went out in my trunk, got my running shoes, put them on, put my hands out again, held strong, walked around his office. Again, not 100%, not 75%, but 50%. When I got back from the chiropractor, I said, girls, how much better was I?
A lot better.
Oh, right, a lot better.
Oh, yes.
So I had my running shoes on. The other shoes, he was like, you know what? Do not wear those shoes. He goes, sometimes it's the simplest things that can throw you off. Now, I don't wear those shoes on a regular basis. I only wear the shoes that he told me not to wear again. I wear those only when I work in the kitchen. And I've been working in the kitchen in my restaurant a lot because we're doing a Christmas Day soup kitchen. So I've been in there every morning, 8 a.m., 7 a.m., working all into early afternoon, mid-afternoon, cooking. Like yesterday we did 30 gallons of soup. I have volunteers, but I'm in the kitchen, I'm running around, and I don't put those shoes on, really ever I don't put those shoes on. Those shoes are older shoes. So he looked at me and he goes, sometimes it's the simplest things that you have to look at. Today, how do I feel today, Jamie?
You are so much better.
What did I tell you I wanted to do?
You said maybe you would go for a run.
I'd go for a run, right?
Not a good idea, but yes. I think
That's how good I feel today.
Well, you're still a little hunched over.
I'm not 100%.
So much better
I'm
than you were
85%, would you say?
You're even better than you were last night.
Better than I was last night.
Yeah.
And today I'm wearing my 5 fingers. So I decided not to go with shoes at all today. I figured to get back to the basics of walking properly. I have a set of 5 fingers. Those are the toe shoes. Your toes, are separate, that have basically no support in them at all. I like those. I like to run in those. I love to run in those. So I figured, let me get back to a 0-drop, very minimalist shoe and figure out this whole process and start from the ground up. And I'm wearing these things and I'm like jumping up and down downstairs, right, Jamie? Because I'm so happy.
You are very excited.
I'm like so excited. So 85% better. Would you say, Natalia, 85%? Would you give me 85% today?
Yeah.
I'll give you 85%.
85% and improving.
Yes.
And improving.
Yes.
So I still might run today.
I don't think that's a good idea. But
Yeah. Still might run. Still, we'll see what happens. So, have you had any awesome experiences with your chiropractor, kinesiologist? Please share, leave some comments. I just thought I would share. It's just so important to get the proper medical provider, healthcare provider. So my standard operating procedure is I'll go to my medical doctor for blood tests and certain things. But then I always take that stack of paperwork that my doctor says, say, hey, if I took blood work, I want the copies of everything. So I get my copies. I hear out what my medical doctor has to say, listen to him, and then I go to my kinesiologist chiropractor. So huge shout out to Doc Rick Huntoon in Newburgh, New York. That's who I go to. Then I take all my stuff to him, and then he gives me his knowledge on the subjects. And it's just, I love my kinesiologist. I love Doc Rick. I've been using him for, what have we been using him, 15 years, Jamie?
Before we opened.
14 years.
Yeah.
Let's give him 14 years. 14 years. He's diagnosed some really tricky things in me in the past, like consumption of celery, which was throwing my back out one time, was throwing an organ out inside. He figured that out, which a medical doctor, typically classical trained medical doctor, would have never been able to figure that out. I do have a video on that on my YouTube channel here somewhere. There's over 1,000 videos on this channel, but that video is here. So, I just thought I'd share an interesting story and how the simplest things can affect your health when you're just, not the simplest things. And walking in the wrong shoes appear to be what got me. Of course, my muscle spasm it's a touch there, but not much. I slept much better last night. Slept a ton better last night. Didn't wake up at all. Was able to get out of bed. And I noticed yesterday morning when I got out of bed barefoot that I was walking much better than I was at work. So I wasn't putting the correlation together, but that's just how it panned out. I'm Chef Marcus Giuliano. Thanks for watching. If you like my videos, please hit like, subscribe to my channel, and pass it on.